Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Letters of Swami Vivekananda. Arise, awake, onward. I only tell you this, that whoever reads this letter will imbibe my spirit. Have faith, onward. Swami Vivekananda. Letter number 146. Written to Srimati Sarala Ghoshal, Editor Bharati, care of M.N. Banerjee, Esquire, Darjeeling, 24th April 1897. Dear Madam, in reply to your question about the method of work, the most important thing I have to say is that the work should be started on a scale which would be commensurate with the results desired. I have heard much of your liberal mind, patriotism, and steady perseverance from my friend Miss Moore, and the proof of your erudition is evident. I look upon it as great good fortune that you are desirous to know what little this insignificant life has been able to attempt. I shall state it in this short letter as far as I can, but first I shall lay before you my mature convictions for your deliberation. We have been slaves forever, that is, it has never been given to the masses in India to express the inner light which is their inheritance. The Occident has been rapidly advancing towards freedom for the last few centuries. In India, it was the king who used to prescribe everything, from Kulinism down to what one should eat and what and one should not. In Western countries, the people do everything themselves. The king now has nothing to say to any social matter. On the other hand, the Indian people have not yet even the least faith in themselves. What to say of self-reliance? The faith in one's own self, which is the basis of Vedanta, has not yet been even slightly carried into practice. It is for this reason the Western method, that is, first of all, discussion about the wished for end, then the carrying it out by the combination of all the forces, is of no avail even now in this country. It is for this reason we appear so greatly conservative under foreign rule. If this be true, then it is a vain attempt to do any great work by means of public discussion. There is no chance of a headache where there is no head. Where is the public? Besides, we are so devoid of strength that our whole energy is exhausted. If we undertake to discuss anything, none is left for work. It is for this reason, I suppose, we observe in Bengal almost always much cry and little wool. Secondly, as I have written before, I do not expect anything from the rich people of India. It is best to work among the youth in whom lies our hope, patiently, steadily, and without noise. Now about work. From the day when education and culture, etc., began to spread gradually from patricians to plebeians, grew the distinction between the modern civilization as of Western countries and the ancient civilization as of India, Egypt, Rome, etc. I see it before my eyes. A nation is advanced in proportion as education and intelligence spread among the masses. The chief cause of India's ruin has been the monopolizing of the whole education and intelligence of the land by dint of pride and royal authority among a handful of them. If we are to rise again, we shall have to do it in the same way, that is, by spreading education among the masses. A great fuss has been made for half a century about social reform. Traveling through various places of India these last 10 years, I observed the country full of social reform associations. But I did not find one association for them by sucking whose blood The people known as gentlemen have become and continue to be gentlemen. How many sepoys were brought by the Muslims? How many Englishmen are there? Where except in India can be had millions of men who will cut the throats of their own fathers and brothers for 6 rupees? 60 millions of Muslims in 700 years of Mohammedan rule, and 2 millions of Christians in 100 years of Christian rule. What makes it so? Why has originality entirely forsaken in the country? Why has originality entirely forsaken the country? Why are our deft finger artisans daily becoming extinct, unable to compete with the Europeans? By what power again has the German laborer succeeded in shaking the many-century grounded firm footing of the English laborer? To be continued. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam.